doll. She decided that she was gonna keep it and take care of it. Why? No idea. And this clip, some people claim, and I see it too, that Robert the doll blinks. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most haunted dolls who's even caught blinking on camera. Like blinking, like, you know, like with your eyes. But before we get started, I'm Sophia Lovelace and I post theater videos, comedy videos, style videos, now paranormal videos. Ooh. So before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to be notified when I have new uploads. I upload once a week, sometimes twice a week, and sometimes, like last week, I uploaded 3 times that week. Wow. So you probably know from the title and the thumbnail of this video what doll I'm going to be talking about today. And the reason I decided to cover this doll was completely random, but kind of calculated. So last week I posted a video about a haunted Elsa doll that was terrorizing this family in Houston, Texas. And that video was getting lots of views and is getting lots of views. So I'm like, hey, people tend to like haunted doll videos. And Robert the doll, I know for a fact, has been featured in at least one horror movie, but there's some other horror movies out there that were inspired by Robert the doll. Some people say that the Chucky series is based off of Robert the doll, but I really don't know because they're kind of really different from each other. But let's grab the notes and get on into it. This is the right side. So back in the early 1900s or the 20th century, there was the Otto family. And they had a son named Robert Eugene Otto. And this child went by Gene. Now, some people stated that the reason he wanted to go by Gene was because Robert the doll took the name and said that he couldn't use it. Other sources have said that he went by Gene before this doll came into their lives, and so the family decided to name him Robert, or he decided to name him Robert, because this doll had a similar resemblance to him. And honestly, this is not that weird. So often kids get dolls. I never did this, but they got dolls and they would name it after themselves or some variation of their name. That's pretty common. So the most common version of the story is that the family lived in Keystone, Florida, and they had a servant or a few servants. Some people say that the woman who gave Gene his doll was either like a governess, which is like a type of teacher slash like babysitter slash like nanny. Other people say that it was just a regular servant who did regular servant things. And some sources say that she really liked Eugene, and other sources say that she really didn't like Eugene, or she just didn't like the family in general. It is also claimed that she practiced either witchcraft, voodoo, black magic, any of that stuff. The most common one that I see all the time is voodoo. And I mean, to me, that makes the most sense because they stated that she made this doll, and voodoo dolls are like a pretty common thing. Anyways, it doesn't really matter what form of magic she was practicing. She made this doll, and I'm convinced it's cursed. I'm pretty sure she put a curse on it or something to do with it. And some people say that she made this doll and gave it to Eugene when she was fired. Other people said that she wanted to leave willingly, so she just gave it to him. Some people say that she just gave it to him just because. Some people said that she knew that she was putting a curse or there was a curse on it. And some people say that she was completely innocent and she just gave it to him purely out of goodwill and purely because she wanted to. So Eugene received this doll when he was 4 years old and he loved it. I guess he used it all the time. Now, was that because he actually loved the doll and he was really connected to the doll, or was it because he was terrified and afraid of the doll? That's up for you to decide. So very often, Gene's parents would be walking past his room and he would be talking to his doll, which is not strange. But the next part is very terrifying. But the doll was talking back, and his His parents, of course, said that it was probably him making different voices for the doll. You know how children make believe, pretend to be different people. That's what they thought he was doing. But everyone that came to visit the household told them,
"You're crazy. The doll is talking."
There is no way that your 4-year-old son can be making that many different voices. And I mean, that is true. Like, 4-year-olds are not the best at mimicking accents and pretending to, like, impersonate different people. Like, it's cute, it's fun, it's adorable, but it's usually not accurate. And eventually, Jean's aunt came by one day and told the parents, this is enough, told Jean, this is enough, and she took the doll away. Most sources say that she took the doll away because it was making all these weird noises and the weird voices, just like I previously said. However, others say that she just took the doll away because Robert was getting a little too old for dolls, so she took it away to kind of be like,
"You need to grow up, kid."
But it doesn't matter what happened because a few months later, she died. So she died of a stroke, which was really strange because she was fairly young and she was very healthy. So the family was like, this is really weird. But the doll was given back to Eugene, where he kept it for most of his life. Several stories state that the only reason that he put it away was because his wife, when he got married, was like,
"Yeah, you're not keeping that thing. That thing is weird. Get that away from me. Bye."
and honestly, that's hashtag relatable. So he put it in the attic with a bunch of other things from his childhood. However, the children... Okay, that's just a hair. I thought I saw like a weird orb going on. I was about to freak out. However, this was not the end of Robert the doll. Oftentimes, children playing on their street would see Robert the doll looking out at them, you know, from the attic where he was staying. I mean, unnerving, but not necessarily paranormal. But if the doll looks at you and then walks away, that's a whole different level of spooky. And that is exactly what Robert the doll did. He would look at the kids playing and he would just walk away and walk to another window or just walk away. Kids would freak out, and understandably so. Eugene went on with his life and became a fairly successful painter, and he passed away in 1974. The house was then sold to a woman named Myrtle. A lot of sources claim that she turned this into a bed and breakfast, or attempted to, but while she was renovating it and getting it ready to open up, she kept on hearing scratches, children's voices, people running in the attic. I mean, the scratches, easily explainable. The running, maybe? But the children's laughter is pretty disturbing. So she went up to the attic to figure out what it was, probably thinking it was like raccoons or something. But that is where she found Robert the doll. And upon looking at the doll, she decided that she was gonna keep it and take care of it. Why? No idea. But she decided, hey, I'm gonna keep this doll and just keep it. Just keep, why? Why would you do that? Like, if you went to your attic and you found a creepy looking doll, would you suddenly think, I'm gonna keep that? Like, no, you would take it and throw it away. Donate it to Goodwill. Just get rid of it. Oh my God, why would you do that? Oh my God. Anyways, to each their own, she decided to keep the doll. However, the laughter, the running, the scratches continued. And eventually this reporter, let me find his name, Malcolm Ross, he decided that he was going to come and meet the doll. Now, I don't know that much about Malcolm Ross. I don't know if he's a paranormal investigator. I don't know if he's like just a regular media reporter. I don't know if he's like legit or even just a real person, but this is what the sources said. And he is known to be quoted to say something along the lines of, there is some sort of intelligence within the doll. Now, I couldn't find the exact quote because a lot of sources said a lot of different little things that were slightly different from each other, but that's basically the gist of what he said. He also reported and claimed that the doll would react based on what you said about him and what you said about Robert himself, or what you said about Eugene, which is really scary. If you said something bad, he would move his face to give you a disapproving look, which is terrifying enough. However, sometimes it wouldn't stop there and people would get into car accidents and just other bad luck. I guess similar to the Annabelle doll, if you guys are familiar about that. Maybe I should do Annabelle next. That would be fun. Like the true Annabelle, not like the movie, like the Raggedy Ann doll. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do an Annabelle video. Not that it matters, I'm probably gonna do it anyways, but sometimes it's nice to have comments on your videos. So after Myrtle kept the doll for a few years, and then she claimed that the doll was just too much, too extra, she couldn't handle it. What did you expect? You decided to take care of a haunted doll, like. But she donated the doll to a museum in Florida. So apparently, according to Wikipedia, he is at the East Martello Museum in Florida. And after she donated the doll in 1994 to that museum, she died. That is just so spooky. So even if she did donate the doll to Goodwill, it probably would still kill her. Disturbing. So you're probably thinking, oh, that's it. That's the end of the video. The story's over. He's in a museum. It's all over, right? No. So when they first received the doll at the museum, they put him just kind of on a shelf. They didn't put him in a glass case or anything. They put him near some other objects. And this is really spooky. But apparently, according to the person who runs the museum, he said, or she said, or they said, we'll go with they, because I don't know who it was. They said that Robert the doll would just end up in the middle of the exhibit. So he was put on a shelf, and then the next day they would come in and he'd be sitting in the middle of the floor looking at them like, what's up? Good morning. And of course, the first time this happened, you know, cool prank, you know, whatever. But this happened for several nights. And then they decided, okay, we're gonna put Robert in a glass case like this. Well, not like this. This is it. This is what it looks like. So they put Robert in this glass case, and you're probably thinking, okay, that's it. That's the end of the story. This whole Robert the doll fiasco is over, right? Wrong. It is said that you need permission from him to take a picture or a video with him. And if he doesn't like you, your camera will break or malfunction or just won't take a picture of him. But if you ask permission to take a photo of him before you take a picture, he will let you, and then the picture will come out perfectly clear, nothing strange. Except there was this video which I'm going to insert here. It is from a guy. He has about 200 subscribers. He's not a YouTuber. I guess he just wanted to record Robert the doll.
We are here officially visiting Robert the doll. This is the doll we've been talking about the whole time. Little home. Robert's little home. Robert the doll. Behind the scenes look.
And this clip, some people claim, and I see it too, that Robert the doll blinks. Now, if you want to keep rewatching it, if you want to keep to see if I'm all fake and whatever, you can watch the original thing. The link is in the description. As you saw in the clip, there was a wall of letters for Robert the doll of people apologizing for either disrespecting him, saying mean things about him, or taking pictures without asking. Now these letters state everything that possibly could go wrong in someone's life has happened to these people that have disrespected Robert the doll, from car accidents, divorces, money, troubles, all that stuff you can think of have happened to these people. And strange thing enough, and I don't know if this is some weird internet meme, I don't know why people are doing this, but if you look at almost any Robert the Doll video, there is all these people commenting, "I'm sorry, Robert, I shouldn't have watched this video, I shouldn't have disrespected you, I shouldn't have," whatever they did. And of course there's also other people being like, "Why is this happening? This is really weird." And I will admit, this is really weird. And looking from the accounts, some of them don't look like your typical troll account. Some of them just look like typical accounts that people would have. Regardless if it's true, if it's just an internet meme, if it's just people trying to be funny, it is disturbing when you watch a video about a haunted doll and everyone's like, "I'm so sorry, Robert." Like, pretty disturbing. But what do you guys think? Do you think Robert the Doll is actually haunted, or do you think that this is just a weird, elaborate hoax? Do you think that this is a result of voodoo, or do you think that there is just the ghost of Eugene stuck in this doll and is possessing this doll? Or do you think a demon is possessing the doll? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to read it. I love discussing this kind of thing. So if you like paranormal videos, or if you like theater videos, or funny videos, or style videos, or just me being weird on the internet, make sure to subscribe. You wouldn't want Robert the Doll to haunt your dreams, would you? And I think that's it for today, and bye!